What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. Chantal went live. She had food, of course. It was members only. She was having her carrot soup that she made. She said she's super tired. Been getting up around 5 a.m. and says she's been binge free. No sweets. The thumbnail that you see, well, those were sweets for Salah and his company. She was unaware Amberlynn had walked a mile and kind of deferred to the park she went to, the cats that she met out there. She says that park actually really far away, but they had to go out there anyway. I think that kind of works against the theory that Salah did not film that. Her whole chat urges her to make routines, select things that are going to be achievable closer to her home. They bring up Reddit. She said that she never really thought about the Reddit. She also says that her sugar has been staying very low. It's not gotten over 10. She's been laying around a lot, though. The new sofas, have no fear. They're very comfortable, very sturdy. She actually wanted one of the kind of floor sofas. She thanks all the reaction channels for the attention, citing that she gets coverage whether she does good or bad. And she kind of reiterates there that her TikTok was banned or she can't direct message due to inappropriate content. And she says she hates TikTok and the way it treats creators, but she loves it for scrolling. She says it's the best app for scrolling, and she wishes she could do more with YouTube, which is ironic because if you recall, she had a Foodie Beauty Shorts channel probably a year and a half to 2 years ago, could never manage to do more than 5 videos. She says that it's easier to go viral on TikTok. She defends that Julia is not matted, no matter how she looks, and she's determined to not let all the food they bought go to waste, citing that a pineapple is already completely gone and some of the fruits and vegetables had to be frozen. She said she's been eating tomatoes each day, making more salads. Said that it was not food for more than one or two people, and she reiterates it was just a really good sale. And she'll be sauteing some of them because she loves deconstructed fajitas. She said it's no different than preppers who go out and buy a large amount of detergent. I mean, despite the fact that detergent really doesn't go bad and ultimately could be used. And she says the animals, they've been partaking in eating the vegetables too. Now, as far as working out, she said she loves doing sports, even though she doesn't really watch any sports. She said she watched the video back of them in the park and realized how, and this is her words, round she was. Someone tells her she needs to get a gaming console, something to help her pass the time, a hobby. She said she can't play games, she can't have a hobby without wanting to eat. And she admits that they will not be going back to the gym. Apparently, the memberships have been canceled. She cites that it was almost $400 a month, but she doesn't really give an actual amount or currency. And she said she will rejoin, but only once she loses 50 pounds. She said to do that, she's not going to count calories. She's just setting her meals out. She loves to eat dates and cashews. She loves to make popcorn with dill, butter, Parmesan cheese. And she said the pool that so many people urge her to use has been closed. And she doesn't want to go to the gym in the apartment because it's, quote, old and it's uncomfortable. She does say that a lot of her clothes have holes in them, and she spent a lot of times sewing the holes shut. She said that she's very good at this and almost offers that as a hobby of resewing her old clothing that she's worn holes in. Less than 25 minutes in, she said she's tired more than 5 times. She cites Salah is just too busy to be around, citing that it's more busy than ever before, which is odd. So it's after the holiday. We didn't really see him at all, but he was plentiful during the holiday with Kybella, and now all of a sudden he's too busy. That doesn't make a lot of sense. We go over the same story of the cat hearing her CPAP shut off and then waiting for her to get up and how cute it is. She goes back over wanting to do more live streams but doesn't really have anything to talk about. She said she's going to do a weigh-in later and reiterates she is down 10 pounds. As far as that thumbnail I talked about in the beginning, she again says she's not eating any of these. And even the chat tells her, even her followers tell her, this is a bad idea. But she defends it. She said she's just going to want to eat pomegranate and cream cheese. And that those are old candy bars. And that's proven by the fact we don't see them in any of the recent hauls. Even if they are old candy bars. They're there because she left and came back sooner than expected, and Salah clearly didn't gorge on candy bars while she was gone. We know, going back to just the juice that she bought for him, she has an inability to not eat things in the house. And that's not a knock on her, that's anyone. So the fact that she's sitting there with a whole tray laid out of candy bars is going to be appealing to anyone, not just her. And the fact that she can't sit there and just say, yeah, I know it's not a good idea, but, Salah has company coming over. There's not much I can do. I'm trying to focus on other things. She can't even do that. She instead says, oh, no, this is fine. They're here, but they're for his company. I don't even eat them. Look at how old they are. They've practically expired. So let me get this straight, Chantal. You're expecting us to believe you're going to eat all the fruits and vegetables before they go bad, but you're letting Snicker bars expire on the counter? You don't get to the size you are eating fruits and vegetables. We all know this. She then says, those aren't even foods that she would want. They aren't even the candy bars she likes. She would only eat a big Turk bar. She says the superintendent of the apartment is the one that told her about the maid, and that she said she really just needs help with the floors in the bathroom. And even if she was healthy, she wouldn't want to be cleaning. She doesn't know where people get the energy to clean, to organize. Abizer tells her she needs to stream herself cleaning. She says that she loves to watch streams of people cleaning, but she doesn't know how people do that. She talks about Tammy Slayton for a bit and loves seeing Tammy get new clothes. And she says, just like Tammy, she's going to have loose skin at some point soon. And again, just like the video yesterday, losing 200 pounds and I've lost 200 pounds are two vastly different things. I have sagging skin versus I'm going to have sagging skin are two very different things. And she's never going to get to those points with a massive tray of candy bar in front of her. Someone talks to her about stopping taking the medicine, so clearly they're following the lineage of her lies, and she says she didn't stop taking them. She just forgets a lot. Someone tells her if that's the case, then check her blood sugar right now. And she says she can't do that because she just had that carrot soup. Around an hour into the stream, she starts mocking people for not sending super chats more than $1. This is the exact situation that got her into issues before. And she says she isn't well known on YouTube. She just has a whole lot of hate channels. And she seems to think the documentaries that people make about her, which if you were brought up, they're just overly dramatic. She talks about wanting to go to California. Now, of all the reasons you would want to go, she wants to have a Flying Dutchman burger. And the Beezers bring up that every time something is mentioned, they have suggestions for working out, being more active. She isn't receptive to them. And she says that's because she likes to lay like a seal, scroll through her phone, and watch forensic files. She says Sam is doing well. After an hour, she can't stop yawning. She seems disinterested in the chat, or really, honestly, even being there. This was her first live show in over a week. The last one, of course, dedicated to raging in FFG. At the end of this, she starts talking about how social media isn't really a job, is a job. It's no different than working in entertainment. She hates being asked what she does, so she jokes and tells people she's an architect because she doesn't want to tell them she's a YouTuber. Chantal, you tell everyone every chance you get that you're a YouTuber. You've sat there and talked about how much you want that 100K plaque for months. People likely ask you what you do for a living because they can't see you doing anything productive given your size. Yesterday, you struggled to walk up 3 steps without gasping for breath. She said she's still taking Unicity. She drinks the herba mate every day. And she had responded to people about asking why she wasn't taking the fiber drink, which of both of the drinks could be the most beneficial. And she just says, she's forgetful. But people have bought the Unicity, and in fact, some people have gotten a second shipment already, which makes me wonder, did they get a second shipment, or did it auto-ship and they didn't know how to turn it off? Then we get into the meat and potatoes, pun fully intended, that the grocery haul was demonetized. Now this is interesting, because she doesn't know why, and she says it was just healthy food. However, she kind of says, well, maybe it had something to do with all the cheese. She says the first bag of cheese she's still using, and the soft cheese she's having to force herself to eat so it won't go bad. She says Salah goes out and gets the foods, and he preps everything. He plans everything. He has a diary for her, so she sits there and plans out what she's going to eat, and then I guess shares it with him so maybe he can plan his pookapades based on what she eats. I don't know. She said she doesn't like watching negative things, and much of the hate comes from the opinion she's seen with Amber. She said she remembers watching Amber, and then all of a sudden the related content was just people hating on her. She goes back over at Dimitri, who did reaction videos, the issue she had with MFW. And then the stream just very abruptly ends. She said she really needs to play with the cat. They literally beg her to stay. The people that pay her are begging her to stay. She said she's going to try to do more lives and offers maybe they'll go camping soon. So it's the same rinse and repeat of things we've heard just about every live back in Kuwait. Too exhausted to do anything. We have no idea how hard it is being her. Everyone hates her. She hates everything in existence. But don't worry. She has everything figured out and everything under control, even though every time we see her, her health tends to be declining. I'm going to leave you with the top comments from the last video. I appreciate you watching this, and you know I will be back as soon as I can with more content.